Today is November 16, 2023. 7 of 11 sectors closed green. Utilities led plus 0.53%, and energy lagged 1.95%. In economic news, U.S. continuing jobless claims rose to their highest level in 2 years as the labor market softening progresses. Strikes weighed on October's industrial production, and the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index continued its long trend in contractionary territory. Homebuilder sentiment fell to its lowest level in nearly a year as high interest rates and low affordability weigh on demand. Roughly 36% of builders reported cutting prices in November, with the average price cut being 6%. Looking ahead, they expect a 5% increase for single-family starts in 2024 as low existing inventory buoys demand for new construction. Luxury fashion house Burberry fell 11% after its comparable store sales growth slowed from 18% in the previous quarter to 1% in the second quarter. It said momentum in China waned as global demand for luxury goods remains challenged in the current environment. Home sound system and wireless speaker company Sonos jumped 17% after its revenues and loss per share beat expectations. CEO Patrick Spence told analysts the company is entering a multi-year product cycle that will include an entry into a new multi-billion-dollar category in the second half of fiscal 2024. It also announced a $200 million buyback. Children's Place plummeted 25% after its earnings fell below expectations, with executives blaming higher fulfillment and labor costs. On the other hand, Gap shares popped 15% after its sales and earnings both beat expectations, driven by strength in Old Navy and its namesake Gap banner. The crypto market remains in focus, with several headlines catching attention. First, Solana continued its rally after Cathie Wood praised its speed and cost versus Ethereum. BlackRock filed a spot Ethereum ETF prospectus with the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC. JP Morgan is reportedly testing tokenized portfolios using Avalanche blockchain technology. Today's earnings and Walmart contrasted targets, but the underlying cautious tone about the U.S. consumer remained. The big box retailer reported adjusted earnings per share of $1.53 on $168.80 in revenues, topping the $1.52 and $159.72 billion expected by analysts. Walmart's net sales rose 4.9% year-over-year, while Target's declined a similar amount, as its reputation for low prices and a wider selection of groceries and necessities enticed shoppers. The nation's largest grocer saw transaction volumes rise 3.4% and average ticket size jump 1.5%. Meanwhile, Target saw both figures decline, as more of its sales are derived from clothing, home goods, and other discretionary items. Investors were also happy to see that its advertising business and Walmart Plus subscription business continue to grow. Even if those businesses are relatively small, they have much higher margins, so they can still have a material impact on their results. Driving the China news was Alibaba's earnings report, where the company revealed some unnerving news for investors. Although the company had a pretty good quarter that beat earnings and revenue expectations, it said it's canceling its Cloud Unit spin-off because of geopolitical tensions that will prevent it from unlocking significant shareholder value, reducing one of the key value propositions investors had touted. There's a belief among Wall Street and management that the company would be worth more as a holding company than as a conglomerate, which is why it outlined plans to break into 6 separate entities last March. However, Management warned in October that U.S. export controls on advanced computer chips may materially and adversely affect Cloud Intelligence Group's ability to offer products and services and to perform under existing contracts. Those fears came to fruition, creating an uncertain future for the company and investors. As it navigates a fluid geopolitical environment, it's the first major causality of the growing tensions between China and the US and other Western countries. While other companies have seen an impact, this is by far the most material impact a public company has experienced. Baba shares fell 9% towards one-year lows on the news. Currently, the community looks interested in buying the dip, with message volume high and sentiment reading extremely bullish. Additionally, news broke after the bell that semiconductor equipment maker Applied Materials is facing a U.S. criminal probe for its shipments to China. While there are few confirmed details about the situation so far, the news overshadowed its earnings and revenue beat, sending AMET shares down about 7%. While the focus was elsewhere, some auto industry news flew under the radar. Let's recap. Amazon is furthering its venture into the automobile space. Next year, the company will allow auto dealers to sell cars through its site, starting with South Korean automaker Hyundai. This will add to its current experience, which enables shoppers to research and compare vehicles via digital showrooms on its site. But up until now, consumers could not buy vehicles directly through Amazon, just car products like replacement parts. And lastly, Lucid moved into the electric SUV market by unveiling its 3-row Gravity. The vehicle has 440 miles of estimated range and starts at $80,000. Apple says iPhones will support RCS in 2024. The company has resisted supporting Rich Communication Services RCS on its hardware for years, causing a rift between its iMessage users and others dubbed the Green Bubblers. However, that debate may finally be winding down as Apple says it will add iPhone support for the RCS messaging standard used by most Android phones. To be clear, though, the company is not opening up iMessage to their platforms. Instead, it's simply replacing SMS and MMS messages that currently operate separately from iMessage when available. It should lead to a better messaging experience between iPhones and Androids. Meta brings us a step closer to AI-generated movies. Several artificial intelligence tools revealed over the last few months have given glimpses into a new frontier of content creation. Meta joined the fray today, debuting Emu Video, an evolution of the tech giant's image generation tool. Emu Video can generate a 4-second-long animated clip from a short caption, image, or photo paired with a description. Then, creators can use Emu Edit to modify the clip further, seeing changes reflected in a newly generated video.